I'm gonna get straight into it. Julian Edelman absolutely 100% deserves Super Bowl MVP. It seemed like he was open on every play of his 141 yards, which led New England in receiving. But a Hall of Famer? That's a big stretch. Despite the fact that his 10 receptions gave him 115 total for his postseason career, 46 fewer than Jerry Rice, but still good enough for second place on the all-time playoff catches list. But are we really anointing a player with just 2 1,000-yard regular seasons who's just scored 30 touchdowns in his career, who has played 16 games just twice? Despite his postseason accomplishments, he wouldn't have had the chance to pile up the receptions if it wasn't for Tom Brady and Bill Belichick. Edelman's postseason stats are impressive to say the least. He's played a key role in 3 Super Bowl titles for New England. His 115 receptions and 1,412 receiving yards are second only to Jerry Rice on the NFL's all-time playoff leaderboards. When you look at Edelman's regular season stats, nothing jumps off the page. His numbers are solid, but they don't scream Hall of Famer. Now, there's still time for Edelman to improve these numbers, and he should be able to rack up plenty more receptions and yards before he retires. But Edelman at the age of 32 has just played 4.5 effective healthy seasons. He's never been named to a Pro Bowl or been an All-Pro selection. Many argue that the Hall of Fame is about long-term excellence, durability, availability, and production, and its members should not be inducted through the narrow lens of postseason play. It's the same reason a player like Revis is more likely to reach the Hall of Fame than his 2004 draft classmate and 2-time Super Bowl MVP Eli Manning. Among active NFL receivers, I would say 4 are locks for the Hall of Fame: Larry Fitzgerald, Antonio Brown, Julio Jones, and AJ Green. Relatively recent retirees Calvin Johnson and Chad Johnson likely will be inducted too. The latest inductees at the position were Terrell Owens and Randy Moss. None of them have Super Bowl rings. Edelman's underrated talent and contributions to the Patriots dynasty can no longer be ignored. Everybody, not including the Rams' defensive back trio of Aqib Talib, Marcus Peterson, and Kel Roby-Coleman, knows he can be a dominant player who can get open against anybody. He's not just a small slot guy in New England. He's a complete receiver who stacks up well with his peers. You can ask, is Edelman one of the best postseason players of all time? Certainly, especially if you consider what a big role he played in Super Bowl wins for the Patriots against the Seahawks. He caught the decisive touchdown, the Falcons. He made a ridiculous circus catch in the fourth quarter during New England's wild comeback. In the Rams, he was his team's only effective offensive player for most of the night. But to give you some context on his case as a Hall of Famer, here are some notable wide receivers much more worthy of a spot. Not trying to discredit what he has done, but you just can't put him in the same boat as them. It's unsure how much longer he'll be playing for, so it's hard to indicate what his career will look like at the end, but I think he'll be good as long as Brady is still playing. If I had to bet now, I would say Edelman will not make the Hall of Fame. There are way too many receivers with far superior stats, and there will probably be a long line in front of him. There are several players from the Patriots past and present who can safely say they are worthy of the Hall of Fame. Tom Brady, Rob Gronkowski, Adam Vinatieri come to mind. Ty Law is a member due to his durability and overall ability on the field, and it is also safe to say Wes Walker may be more deserving than Edelman at the moment. But if you let Edelman in, why not Troy Brown and Deion Branch? More modern receivers like Marvin Harrison, Terrell Owens, and Randy Moss had to wait a year despite their immense stats and impact to the league. Edelman is a good player and a great system. The fact that this conversation is even taking place is another testament to what the Patriots have accomplished in the Brady-Belichick era. But at no point in his career has Edelman ever been considered by any reasonable mind one of the best players at his position for a single season. We can't be prisoners of the moment, so let's appreciate Edelman for what he is and not insist something that he's not.
How much does it mean to you to win another Super Bowl title and on top of it to be the most valuable player?
It just matters that we won, man. It was a crazy year. We had a resilient bunch of guys. It was unreal, man. And it was like a home game here. We love you guys here. It was awesome.
Congratulations, Julian.
I appreciate it.
Most valuable player, Julian Edelman. And the Patriots have taken yet another Lombardi trophy. Julian, take it with you. Share it with your team.